G'day everyone, and welcome to this video where we're talking about the Benelli Lupo 300 Win Mag that we've been using this year and the Burris optics that we've used with it as well. If you've watched our videos throughout this season, you would have seen us putting this gun through its paces out on the hills and the mountains of New Zealand, and yeah, it's performed really well. We've been really happy with how it's functioned in the real hunting environment, which is what you want to know when you're spending money on a rifle. So firstly, we'll go through the Benelli Lupo, the gun itself, and talk about some of the specifics of that. As you'll see, it's quite a modern looking rifle. If you're into the classic looking guns, you might find it a bit offensive, but if you're into modern takes on a rifle, I think it's quite a cool option. I think it's quite unique, and as you can see, we've got the Elevate camo for this model. So this gun here, like I said, it's the 300 Win Mag. So it's got a 24-inch barrel, and that is a 1 in 11-inch twist rate. It comes with a threaded barrel, and we've put the Hardy's suppressor on there. We like Hardy's, we've used them for years. They're great at reducing recoil and keeping the sound to a minimum. It's got a 4-shot detachable mag, very easy to put in and out, and yeah, it cycles really well, no problems there. The weight of this gun without the scope and suppressor is about 7.1 pounds. So yeah, it's not the lightest gun in the world, but that's the problem when you go up to magnums and you go to longer barrels, and then when you chuck a big scope and a suppressor on the front, yeah, you got yourself a reasonable rifle. We use this as our big gun, so we're using it for big game animals, especially out on the tops, on the mountain tops. We want something that can put down a big animal at longer ranges, and we don't have to stress that the bullet hasn't done the damage. So yeah, there's a trade-off for a big gun, big caliber, and that's why we don't really use this gun as a bush gun. I know that the 308s and smaller calibers, it's a smaller barrel and it is lighter, but yeah, this is what we went for, the big gun, and it does the job. So the barrel is a free-floating cryo barrel, and it's coated with the BEST system, the Benelli surface treatment system. And one thing we've found about that is we've taken it out on rainy days, left it for a couple of days wet, and just pretty much neglected it, and it hasn't shown up with any rust, which is surprising, to be honest. Most guns that I've used over the years, they start to show up a few little blemishes and things, but that BEST treatment seems to really keep the corrosion away from your barrel, which is actually quite impressive, and is a good feature of this rifle. It seems to be pretty bulletproof. The synthetic stock and yeah, that coating on the barrel, it really means it's gonna stand up to some beatings and not look any worse for wear, really. Another thing that's quite unique about the Benelli Lupo, similar to their shotguns, is it's really customizable. So it's got drop cast and trigger reach spaces to set the gun up perfectly for you. It's just quite nice, especially if you're a really tall person or you hold the gun slightly different to other people. You can have it so it fits just right for you. You can also adjust the trigger pull to set it how you want it without having to take it to a gunsmith and pay a whole heap of money. So it's just a nice feature that I think is quite unique about the Lupo. And also, if you've used Benelli shotguns before, you'll understand their progressive comfort system. It's got the nice cheek pad here to absorb a bit of that punch from when you shoot, and at the back here it's also got the progressive comfort system, which absorbs a lot of that shock, which is quite important when you're shooting a big gun like the 300 Win Mag. It does definitely make a difference, and it's a great feature of the Benellis. Overall, really like the rifle. It functions well, cycles well, the bolt's nice and smooth. You can have the safety on even when you work the bolt, so that's just a feature that I quite like. It's not on every gun, and I think it should be. Personally, I like it. But yeah, overall it's a great rifle, definitely worth looking into. If you like the look of it, go and pick it up, have a feel for it. And yeah, as far as shooting straight and that side of things, it's done a good job for us. It's actually got our record shot out over 600, and it's comes with a sub MOA guarantee, so you know it's going to be on target and be a reliable gun. Moving on to the Burris Veracity PH scope. So this scope is the latest from Burris in terms of their technology. We've used the Eliminator scopes over the years, which is your rangefinder scope, but this here doesn't do the rangefinder function, so you'd still need to run a rangefinder with it. But once you've got that, if you've set it up properly, it's got the Bluetooth capability, so you go onto the app and enter the ballistics data, and then once you've got your bullet set up in there, you Bluetooth it across, and then all you have to do is range find the animal. You dial it up to whatever distance the rangefinder says it is, and it does all the calculations for you. So you just have to put the crosshairs on the animal, and it's got what they call a heads-up display. So when you're looking through the scope, you can see a little digital display of how many meters you've got it dialed to. So that's quite cool, because if you're watching an animal that's maybe running off or moving off, and you've got someone there that can range the animal for you, you don't have to take your eye off the animal to adjust the scope. You can keep looking through the scope and dial it right up to whatever you want to have it on, and then when the animal stops, you're ready to go, bang. So yeah, it's quite a practical feature. I like that. The only flaw we've had with the scope, and it's not the scope's fault, it's the user's fault, we do leave it on from time to time because you have to turn it on to get that heads-up display, and yeah, eventually we ran the battery out once, so we just make sure we always take a spare battery with us. It seems to still have the same data entered in if you change battery, so you don't lose all of that, which is good. It does have an auto turn off, so it does turn off eventually, but yeah, you chew through a little bit of battery if you don't turn it off yourself. But yeah, overall this gun and scope is a really good option, especially if you're looking for a long range gun. This Veracity scope really makes this gun. And then yeah, like I said, we've used it with the Burris Signature LRF rangefinder. It's a nice lightweight, simple option. Yeah, just it seems to work even with slight fog or drizzle, which some rangefinders struggle with a little bit. So yeah, a good plus there, and it's reasonably priced as well. And then we've also used the Burris Signature HD 10x42s. Yeah, a good little set of binos. They do the job. They've got good magnification, reasonably good in low light. Obviously there's some fancier ones on the market that are a little bit better, but for the price you pay, I think these are a really good option. Definitely worth looking into. And yeah, they're nice and compact. Got these lens caps on the front, adjustable, easily adjustable. Everything is very simple with them, so they sort of do everything you could ask for from a set of binos. But yeah, overall we're pretty happy with the Benelli Lupo and the Burris optics that we've been using. If you want to go and check them out for yourselves, go and have a look, see what they feel like to you, and if you like them, we can vouch for their performance. They've performed well for us, so hopefully they do the same for you. But yeah, thanks for watching this video, guys. If you want to go and see this gun outperforming on some hunts, make sure you go over to our channel and watch it knock down some nice animals that we've shot this year. But yeah, until next time, thanks for watching. Catch you later.